Hello and welcome to Vicar's Wife's Frugal Life, day 7 of Mind Over Money Matters. Today we are going to be looking at meal planning. Now, one of the areas that most people are prone to overspending in is grocery shopping, especially when you're walking around Tesco and you're just like, oh, I'll have that house plant and maybe I'll try that face cream, and you throw things in your trolley. So we're going to make a meal plan, a shopping list, and we are going to stick to it. I'm not, I confess, actually going to go shopping this evening because it's late in the day, I've been for a run, and I'm actually going to be doing my shop at the end of the week. But I can plan this now, use up some of the fresh ingredients we've got and plan ahead so that I've already got my list done and I can just send it off to whomever needs to get the groceries, which is probably me, as the vicar is allergic to going to supermarkets. Isn't that right, Vicar? So let's have a look in the cupboards. Welcome to my horrible kitchen, by the way. It makes my soul die. The cupboards are sort of a green colour and then the work surfaces are pink. They were put in the 80s and they haven't been updated. Isn't it a joy? Right, so let's have a look what we've got. We have got loads of red lentils, very, very healthy, excellent. I've got some couscous, I've got rice. Here's a load of stuff that was left over from our lovely au pair that stayed with us for a few months last year. So I've got some brown rice, some cauliflower rice, spelt flour, coconut flour, so let me write a few of those down. I've got lasagna sheets, I've got Marmite, I've got pasta. That's very important because I've got a toddler and a husband who lives on pasta. It's a main food group in our house. Mince pies, I'm hoping the vicar eats those because they're disgusting. Hands up if you ate mince pies. Whoop, whoop. I've got loads of dried cranberries because I accidentally bought them thinking they were fresh when I did a Sainsbury's online shop. So if anyone has good recipes for what to do with about 2 kilos of dried cranberries, please let me know. Almonds, I've got popping corn, so we are done for snacks really. Also, like January, I've overindulged over Christmas, so the fact that I think I actually ate the last bag of crisps this evening was probably a good thing. Let's have a look inside the fridge. Inside the fridge. So, as I've probably told you before, we are a generally vegetarian household. Got some ham because we had some people over at the weekend. I'm not averse to having meat in the house, whatever. The vicar's also not a vegetarian. He is what he calls a bi-vegan. So he eats vegan food, but with steak and cheese. We disapprove. I have here some double creams, some single creams, so definitely some sort of stroganoff is in our future. Also, fresh food. We're doing okay. Again, most of what we eat seems to be vegetables, so we go through them quite quickly, but got a cucumber, some peppers. I'm not quite sure why there's a sweet potato in the fridge, but anyway, you get the idea. This middle shelf is actually the food that belongs to a lovely girl called Olivia who is staying with us at the moment. So that's not our food, we can't eat it, but we're doing pretty well. So that is, now the dog's whining because he wants to come back in. Come on, puppy. Here's my puppy. Come on, Zizi. Come on, puppy. This is Zizi. If you've not met him before, he is the best dog. Are you the best dog? Yes, even though you weed on our carpet upstairs today, didn't you? That was naughty, wasn't it? But you don't know what I'm saying because you're a dog. Off you go. So that is my inventory. I've got lots of sort of staple ingredients. I kind of know what's going on with my spices. Oh, the vicar wants me to show you the spices, but I'm a bit embarrassed because the spice drawer needs a bit of a clear out, but I'll show you anyway. Excuse my drawer, it's on my list of things to clean this week. So I am quite pleased with it because I've got all these little jars, and especially now that we are working towards being zero waste, they are super useful, so I can always see at a glance what I've got. Some of these have slightly crept in, but we're getting rid of those eventually. So now I'm going to take my inventory list and I'm going to think up my meal plan. One of the things I would really say to you is that we sometimes, especially if you love cooking, we can get over ambitious about what we're going to cook. And if you are trying to get out of debt, I really recommend maybe choosing between 5 and 10 things that you just make on a rotation. That way you can always have those ingredients in. You can look out for those ingredients when they're on offer. You know, if you do eat meat and there's meat that's sort of in the reduced section, you can freeze it or bulk buy it. So you can really sort of think of which things that your family really enjoy or you really enjoy. If you're a single person, you get to choose exactly what you want to eat every day. But that way, number one, it's much better for the environment because you'll create so much less food waste. Number 2, it'll stop you having to think what's for dinner every night. And number 3, it's much better for your budget because you get used to buying the same things. It's easier to meal plan and you just kind of rotate things. In our home, we tend to eat about the same 10 meals. Of course, sometimes when I've got more time, I try something new and that's great and something I enjoy doing. But generally, we stick to the same things on rotation. We do not plan like Thursday night we eat fajitas and Friday night's pizza night. We don't eat like that. But because we keep the same ingredients in the house all the time, the same sorts of vegetables, then we can always just use what's there. And the great thing about vegetables is you can kind of just chuck in whatever you've got. So if a recipe is calling for butternut squash and you've only got sweet potato, just use a sweet potato. Well, it's not going to collapse in, is it? If you haven't got exactly what they told you to cook with on the BBC Good Food website. So that is a really, really great tip for keeping your costs down and keeping your meal planning simpler, because then you're just topping up the ingredients that you normally have and you get used to how much you need in the house. So here we have a list. I have 3 columns, things that we have, things that we need, and our meal ideas. So we have got people coming over that we definitely, well, we don't have to, obviously no one has to do anything, but we'll probably serve meat too. So we're doing croque au vin on Sunday. Monday for breakfast, we always have eggs on toast. So I need to put bread in my needs, bread and eggs. Da-da. So Monday, eggs on toast. For lunch, I've got time on a Monday to cook, so I'm going to make a lentil and carrot soup. I need carrots because we don't have that many carrots, and we'll probably eat carrots with this as well. So dinner, I've also got time on Monday, so I'm going to make a tagine. Both of these things are things that we can eat throughout the week. Also remember, because I'm married to a vicar and I work from home, we both eat lunch at home most days. That's quite normal. So we eat 3 meals a day at home. So there we go. Tuesday, we can have the lentil and carrot soup again, delicious. And carrot, I'll just put ET for eggs on toast. Then for dinner, I'm out, but the vicar can eat leftover tagine, delicious. Then on Wednesday, we will have eggs on toast again. And then let's have a look at what we've got up here. We've got couscous and a lasagna. The couscous will go with the tagine. And what do I need for the tagine? I'm going to say I probably need to use up some get some peppers, because we always get through loads. What else would I need? I'm going to make a butternut squash tagine, so I'll get a butternut squash. Ooh. Excuse my really scrappy writing. I'm having to sort of hold it at a weird, I'm recording with my iPad, so I'm sort of holding it at a weird angle. So Wednesday, ooh, what should we have for lunch on Wednesday? I think we'll just have some sandwiches. So we'll have bread, yeah. So we'll have sort of cheese and pickle sandwiches, and we've got pickle in the cupboard. That's a nice easy lunch. Wednesday's really busy for us. Dinner, what are we going to have for dinner? Maybe some more tagine. Ooh. We really like tagine. And I can use some nice delicious pumpkin seeds that I know to spice that up. And maybe serve it with a load of spinach. So I'm going to add some spinach there to make that a bit different. So obviously I know that not everyone wants to eat the same thing 3 nights in a row, but I know that I'm out that evening with some friends, and that I also need something really quick that we can basically bung in the microwave on a Wednesday evening, because I go to work and I've only got about half an hour off between my final student and then going to take my choir. So eggs on toast. Thursday I'm going to have time to cook, so let's see, maybe we've got lasagna sheets. So I am going to make a veg lasagna. Should we eat that for dinner? Because it's date night. So we're going to have a veg lasagna for dinner here. And here, let's have a think. Have a quick think. Maybe we'll have a frittata to use up some of that spinach as well from the life before spinach. That'll be delicious. And any leftover veg we've got. Friday, this is exciting because it's my half marathon next week, so I've got to think carefully about this. So we'll have eggs on toast again that day. I know that day we're going to have porridge. I've been trying to rotate at least one meal that isn't eggs on toast into our rotation, because eggs on toast is quite an expensive meal when you're doing it for a family of 3. I'm really noticing that our biggest food expense is our eggs on toast. So let's have a look. Friday, eggs on toast for lunch. So let's say Saturday, we're probably going to go out, so not going to plan a meal there. We're going to eat veg lasagna for dinner again. Delicious. Friday, I think a nice dinner, a nice healthy dinner. I am going to do something, we've got some quinoa. I'm going to do something called kale surprise. I've actually put that before on a video. It's absolutely delicious. It's a deliciously yellow recipe. So for that, I will need kale. I will need some more courgettes, which are a staple in our household anyway. Courgettes, and I'll need some limes. Delicious. So that is quite exciting because that'll be nice and healthy. Some good protein in there as well. So I've got to think of something for Friday lunch. I think I'm going to go for something really simple. So let's go for sweet potato wedges. Whoops! Sweet potato wedges and some sort of veggie burger, which is probably something I'll buy in a packet and then just bung in the fridge. Bung in the freezer, not the fridge. Then it would defrost. So I'll add that up there. So veggie burgers. So that is about it. Popping it on the fridge, popping it on the fridge, popping it on the fridge, popping it on the fridge. I realised that was a bit of a whistle-stop tour, and if you're totally new to meal planning, hopefully it gives you some ideas. It's really, really basic. It doesn't have to be something scary. You don't need a whole budget binder for meal planning and nothing else. Obviously, if you get really into it, you can do that, but for me, it's really something that's utilitarian. I just want to dash off what I need, think about what I'm going to make, and think about how I can use the food I already have. Also, top tip, if you can download the Olio app, then you can pick up free food. And also give away food that you think is going to go off soon or is very close to its sell-by date that you know you're not going to use, because we really want to reduce what we are wasting. Finally, I just wanted to address something. Now, if anyone's been following me on Instagram, they'll know that our family is working towards being, if not zero waste, then very low waste. And actually that went really out of the window this Christmas. It was just about survival, especially with the vicar being so busy. And actually I was just as busy at Christmas, and then I got ill immediately after. So we just needed a holiday, and the idea of going to the zero waste shop just filled me full of dread, and having to go to the supermarket where I know I can get the stuff, and it just didn't happen, to be honest, but that's okay. I'm letting go of perfection because it's not going to serve me. I can't rewind the time, and I refuse to feel guilty about a few packets of pasta that I bought, to be honest, and a few pre-packaged biscuits and mince pies and things like that. I'm not perfect, I'm not professing to be, but I am trying to make changes. The main change that I'm trying to now input into my life is to eat more seasonally so that we're not flying our food so far away. Generally, we're pretty good at figuring out and having a look and choosing the products that are closer to home. But again, because of our limited meal plan, I realise that some of the foods that we're eating aren't totally seasonal. For that, I apologise, and I do not hold myself up to be a beacon of light in that area. So please get on a meal plan, start paying for your groceries in cash and putting stuff back on the shelves if you go over your budget. Good luck, guys. I believe in you. Well done for getting through stage 7. If you're in crisis, especially if you're in debt crisis, please, I've put the links as always at the bottom of the video. Have a wonderful end of day 7. We've been doing this for a week. Crazy. Please keep thinking and visualising all the wonderful things that you thought about on day 1. You will get through this. Keep working on your budget. Keep thinking about side hustles you could do and things you can sell and things that you can cut in your budget, because those small actions every day will add up to make huge changes in your life.